In this theater of survival, there is no malice. Only the raw. Unapologetic mathematics of nature. Demanding one life to sustain another. Tanzania, a tectonic masterpiece forged from the Great Rift. This is not merely a landscape, it is a biological crucible, where the soil itself dictates the rhythm of survival. Driven by the subtle shifts in barometric pressure and the scent of distant rain, millions of ungulates move as a single trembling superorganism. They are chasing the invisible lines of phosphorus-rich grass. To the resident predators, this moving feast is a complex mathematical problem. Here, every evolutionary advantage comes with a deadly countermove. A 6-ton matriarch does not merely observe the savannah, she reads it through the soles of her feet. Operating on profound infrasonic frequencies, the matriarch orchestrates her herd's movements through seismic waves. But a unified front is a fragile illusion when the environment turns hostile. As resource stress peaks, the rigid social architecture of the herd begins to fracture. These internal clashes are a brutal biological calculus. Restless adolescents and subordinate females test the boundaries, vying for hierarchical proximity to the matriarch and the life-saving privileges it brings. The dust and acoustic chaos have fractured their sensory perimeter, offering a perfect breach for the opportunists waiting in the shadows. To a lion pride, an intact elephant herd is an impenetrable biological fortress. But the acoustic signature of internal panic is a potent catalyst. They do not target the sheer mass of the herd, but the geometry of its perimeter. A kinetic anomaly caught in the lingering dust becomes the focal point of their lethal calculus. They do not target the sheer mass of the herd, but the geometry of its perimeter. A kinetic anomaly caught in the lingering dust becomes the focal point of their lethal calculus. In a heartbeat, patience weaponizes into kinetic energy. Engaging fast-twitch muscle fibers, the lead lioness becomes a biological projectile, closing the fatal distance. But against a galvanized phalanx of enraged pachyderms, Predatory agility is simply no match for unstoppable, localized seismic force. The ambush dissolves into the dust, a stark reminder that in the open savanna, absolute power remains with the giants. The biological calculus instantly shifts from offense to self-preservation. In the wild, there is no room for bruised egos, only harsh caloric economics. The vast majority of hunts end in failure, and every empty-handed retreat deepens a critical energy deficit. Through intricate tactile reassurance and subaudible murmurs, the herd rapidly repairs its fractured social architecture, synchronizing their collective heart rates back to a resting rhythm. Evading a predator is merely a brief victory in a much larger war. Driven by ancient memory, the matriarch leads them forward. For the titans of the savannah, the march for survival never truly ends. As the equatorial sun surrenders to the horizon, Tanzania does not sleep. It merely shifts its biological frequency. From the tectonic scars of Ngorongoro to the endless plains of the Serengeti, every entity is bound by a ruthless ecological contract. Here, death is never a waste. It is the fundamental currency that fuels the next generation. This is a landscape defined not by harmony, but by a perfect, violent equilibrium. Etched into the very DNA of its inhabitants, it remains one of Earth's greatest masterworks. Here, time is not measured by the ticking of a clock, but by the relentless shifting of the seasons and the enduring footprints left behind in the dust. To bear witness to this wilderness is to look into the very mirror of our own biological origins, a brutal, beautiful testament to the resilience of life. In the theater of the wild, every sunset is merely an intermission. The calculus of survival plays on forever.